Okay guys, so welcome to my video today, taking a look at the Voi rental e-scooter. So I took delivery of this today. Now the area I live in is the southwest of the UK, or what they call the Wecker region, which is Bristol, Bath and North East Somerset and South Gloucestershire. So we were one of the first to actually have the rental scooters out on the streets for people to use. And a few months ago, they started doing long-term rentals. Okay, so that's what you see here. So that's why mine has a black stem. The ones on the street are completely orange. So long-term rentals then. So basically I've paid £35 for the month and they give me one of the rental scooters to keep at home. So a bit like a taste of private ownership. You just charge it yourself and any maintenance issues you can tell them about. And it's basically yours for each month that you pay. Now it is a rolling subscription, but you can cancel it with 10 days notice at any time. So I've just got mine for a month just to see how I get on with it. Now, at the moment, they've upgraded the ones on the street to their version 4 scooter. So the main difference is that the number 4 scooter has indicators on the handlebars and on the back either side of the fender. So it makes it a bit more safer. This is actually the version 3. They're not actually ready to be offering the version 4 scooter for long-term rental. Now, in terms of having an overview of the Voi scooters, the shape of the deck might be ringing a bell if you've ever seen a picture or in real life of the Segway 9Bot Max. It's basically the model that they've used as a base for their rental scooters. Now the main difference, which I didn't realise until the guy told me when I got it this morning, is that obviously the 9Bot Max has tubeless air-filled tyres. Now what Voi have done, and this is obviously because they don't want to have to do with punctures, checking air on the hundreds and hundreds of scooters they've got on the street, is it's actually got an air pocket in these tyres. So very similar technology to what the latest line of Segway 9Bot scooters has. It's not pneumatic, it's not full solid rubber, it's more of a rubber with an air pocket, just so it can deform slightly, so it's better than a hard tyre, but just not quite as good as a pneumatic. Now the other difference is, you can see they've added front fork suspension. So because it is a harder tyre than the 9Bot Max has, they kind of had to do that just to help with the ride quality a little bit. So we'll go and have a quick look. So just like the 9Bot Max, you can see we've got a drum brake system on the front wheel. Obviously the fork suspension it doesn't have, the 9Bot Max, but the Voi rental scooter does. Nice orange side reflector. Now the stand is interesting. We've got almost like a double stand, if you like. So a normal scooter has a stand that leans to one side, but if you knock it the other way, it can potentially fall over. So this actually covers you for sort of both directions. Now the rental scooters are obviously left out on the street all the time, so they're much more weatherproof than a typical scooter you can buy. I would gather that it's probably more waterproof than the 9Bot Max itself. They've done other things to it. We've got a solid stem, not a foldable as well, because it's a rental one. So nice rubber deck. So we move to the back, you see the rear wheel drive motor, brake light at the back with a registration plate. So it'll be interesting to see if they legalise private scooters, if we end up having to have something like that. So that's a real interest there in terms of moving forward in the UK. Okay, as we go up the stem, okay, you can see again a sort of number plate type sticker there. That little box is the kind of brains of it. Okay, so that's the thing that's got the GPS tracker in it, so that you know where they are on your Voi app and so on and so forth. Okay, now unlike the 9Bot Max, I did notice, if we go around to the back here, there's a drum brake on the back as well. So you've got dual drum brakes on the rental Voi scooter, which is great because they're very low maintenance, but having, you know, proper brakes on both wheels as well as electronic from the motor is really good, really safe. So for that reason, we've got 2 brake handles on the handlebars, unlike the 9 Max, which obviously just has the one. Still got the front light that's on there. We'll see how bright that is when I use it in lower light conditions. So here we have the bell. Okay, pretty loud, nice and easy just to twist there. Okay, and then the console with phone holder, which is nice at the top. So this just gives you an idea of if you're in a parking zone, or, you know, if the battery's running out or something along those lines. You can actually see the battery percentage in the app, which is great as well. They did tell me that if you go below, I think it was 15 or 20% battery, it will shut down. So you do have to bear that in mind. Make sure it's fully charged. Obviously, you can use the phone holder to use your phone as a navigation unit if you wish to. Here, there would normally be a QR code. So the ones on the street have a QR code or an NFC chip so that you can clock in from there. Thumb throttle on the side of the right handlebar as well. Now, the only issue that I think I may have with this is that it is speed limited to 12.5 miles an hour. So that's not very fast. If you saw my other video of my E2S Plus, that can go on a flat up to about 18 or so, depending on the rider weight. And if it's downhill, it can probably hit closer to 20. So it's going to be interesting to see how I get on with this one. I love the fact that, you know, it's got a decent lighting in terms of the brake light, the front light, the waterproofness, if you want to call it that, is great as well. They're out on the street, so you know that they're fairly weatherproof. So I can use this, you know, in light rain without having to worry and go through puddles. The other thing with the version 4 that I mentioned earlier, apart from indicators, is that the rear fender is actually a lot bigger. It actually comes all the way across here. So it completely encases the back wheel almost. So probably makes it a little bit better at stopping the spray get you. But as you can see, this is fairly big, fairly robust over the wheel. So I don't think I'm going to have any problems in that sense. Okay, so if you have any rental scooters in your area, I strongly suggest you have a go. If you've never used an e-scooter before, then these are your options in terms of having a go and seeing what you make of it. So if you get the ones on the street, I believe they're 99 pence to unlock and about 14 pence a minute in terms of using it. If you do Voi's driving school, which is basically a series of kind of questions about how to safely ride and park, you actually get 5 credits for free, which is equivalent to £5. So although I've had to go on 2 ones on the street, I haven't actually paid a penny for them. So that's always worth having a go. So I'm going to take this out and I'm hopefully going to have a little bit of ride footage for you. We'll see how I get on with it.